Are you a South African musician trying to figure out which community radio stations pay the most royalties from SAMRO? Welcome to this episode where I plan on demystifying just that. Today's sponsor is Shezi Entertainment, which is owned by Innocent Shezi. He recently wrote a book called Independence in the Music Industry, the third edition, which helps musicians in the South African context demystify the music industry and helps them grow and create a career path from their music hustle. He details several aspects about the music industry from the South African perspective, and I highly recommend that musicians getting into the industry have a look at this book. The book is an easy read and you can get it from the link in the description or in the comments below. Now, with regards to the community radio stations, I'm going to start from number 5 to number 1, and I'm using the unit rates provided by SAMRO from June 2021. They have not released for 2022, so these values might change a little based on the revenues that these radio stations have made in 2022. But without further ado, at number 5 is Smile FM. Smile FM is based in Cape Town. You would need about 118 spins from Smile FM to make 1,000 Rand. What does this mean in terms of how to get SAMRO? If you are still a prospective member and need to be an associate member, you'd need about 13 spins from Smile FM in order to break the threshold to become an associate member with SAMRO. For those of you that really like your maths, the unit rate for Smile FM is 0.056 Rand per second spin. So you have to multiply that out with the length of your song. So for this calculation purposes, I'm using 2.5 minutes as a reference for the song. And at number 4 is Radio Disa. Radio Disa is a community Christian radio station. So the music that they play is more or less gospel, anything related to the Christian faith. So that type of music, those kind of genres are welcome there. You would need 109 spins to get 1,000 Rand from Radio Disa and approximately 11 spins in order to break the threshold to become an associate SAMRO member. That's basically to earn 100 Rand. For those that really like their maths, it's 0.061 the unit value rands per second from Radio Disa. At number 3 is Rainbow FM. Rainbow FM is another Christian radio station playing out of Southwest and West Gauteng. So the music they are interested in is Christian music, more easy listening Christian music. And you would need 72 spins to get 1,000 Rand from Rainbow FM. And that's approximately 7 spins in order to break the threshold of 100 Rand to become an associate SAMRO member. For the number crunches, 0.093 rands per second is the unit value, so just multiply the length of your song with that value in order to get how much you'd make from each spin from Rainbow FM. At number 2 is Radio Helderburg, which is based in the Helderburg Basin in the Western Cape. They typically play easy contemporary, adult contemporary music. It is about 3 spins that you need to get 100 Rand and about 32 spins in order to get 1,000 Rand from Radio Helderburg. For the number crunches, it's 0.208 rands per second. That is the unit value, so just multiply that through. Number 2 to number 1. Number 1 is OFM. You need about 1 spin to break the threshold with SAMRO, so to make 100 Rand. And to get about 1,000 Rand, you need 15 spins in order to get 1,000 Rand from OFM. Now for the number crunches, the unit value is 0.454. Now for the number crunches, it's 0.454 rands per second. So multiply that out with the duration of your songs. So that is the top 5 given. Now what does this actually mean with regards to you as a musician and community radio stations? Community radio stations generally don't pay as much as the commercial radio stations, but I highly suggest that if you are submitting to radio stations, you submit to radio stations that you can easily get into contact with and preferably get relationships built with the music compilers without doing bad things like payola. So I highly suggest that even though the top 5 may not have your genre of interest, that you do not focus on the amount of money that you're getting from these radio stations, but rather the exposure that you could potentially have. Now, it is pointless to be submitting igqom or amapiano to OFM, because that is not the type of music they are looking for, and similarly with the other 4 radio stations. So you want to ideally match the music to the audience that the radio station has. Otherwise, you're more or less wasting your time submitting your music to a radio station that doesn't play your genre. And I highly suggest that you spend time doing thorough research before submitting to the radio to know exactly if and when your music can be used by the radio station and if it's a good fit. I will be sending out more information with regards to radio stations and how much you need to get a certain amount of money. So head over to my website and join my mailing list. The link to that mailing list is in the description below.